Westminster has won the toss and defers to the second half. Liberty will receive. As our captains make their way back to the sideline, we ask that you would please rise as you are able, face the east end zone as we honor our country.
Welcome to the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown as we find ourselves in Carroll County as the Westminster Owls make the trip to Liberty High School. And can the Lions roar against the one-loss Westminster Owls? These are teams that have some talent. Last game, Liberty dropped a close one to South Carroll. Booker Corrigan alongside Brent Harris. Brent, what do you like about Liberty and their game?
Despite the loss last week, Booker, they put up 345 total yards against South Carroll. This is an offense for the Lions. It's 50-50. It's a spread offense, but they like to throw it and run it pretty evenly. It all starts with number 12, Chase Miller, their 6'1 junior quarterback, 12 touchdowns on the season. And he's got a big arm, a big cannon. And on the business end, Tristan West at 6'3", 200, one of his favorite targets. They connected twice last week on touchdowns, so look for that combination today.
And he can hit the tight windows. Let's look at Westminster and their last outing. They rolled pretty heavy over Century, 28-3. They can pound the ball if they have to.
6-1, the Westminster Owls in control of this county, and they can do it in a lot of different ways. Their quarterback, Tyrese Walker, is special. Last year, he went over 1,000 yards, both rushing and passing, and he has picked up right where he left off. Leads the county in rushing this season. He's got 24 total touchdowns. You got to watch number 2, but there's a host of other special athletes he likes to go to. Last week, Raquan Warfield had 3 touchdowns.
Here's your MedStar health of players to watch. We touched on a couple of them, but there's a lot of talent on this field tonight, Brent.
Yeah, keep an eye on the quarterbacks. It is a great battle. These are two teams that over the years have always battled for the county championship. You can see these two teams have a lot of special athletes. Walker, Miller, certainly at the front of that line. But this one will be won or lost in the trenches as well. Keep an eye on number 70, Peyton Roebuck.
Roebuck, the outside linebacker. We'll see if he can set that edge because it is so important to control the trenches in the great high school football games. This is the 2023 Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. We're excited for kickoff right after this. And here we go with the opening kickoff getting run back all the way close to midfield. You'll see Liberty in their home dark blue tops, call it purple. Westminster in the white tops. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing it to you. You want to beat a 6-1 team, you start with a good return.
Yeah, Lions think an upset today with the 6-1 Westminster Owls, top team right now in Carroll County. Great return by Kevin Poole, 36 yards and great field position to start this drive.
And quarterback Chase Miller loves that shotgun. He stands on his own 39-yard line, a comfortable place to begin. Quick handoff, left side, power run. Looked like number 44, Kevin Kern, just a sophomore, and just like that, we have a Westminster Owl who is down. Hard to see what number it was. That was a solid gain of about 4 yards on the carry. Trainers tending to him. He's going to shake that off. We're going to step away for a quick moment here from Carroll County.
You know, this might be the last time I'm going to play football. You know, I started playing football in high school. you know, and that's where I got my dog in it. So for y'all, like, take this for like what it is, man. Go out there and really try to be a dog out there and beat them boys over there. You know, they don't got y'all. They don't got what y'all got. And if you take it like that, you're gonna thrash them. You know, do everything you can to make this, you know, meaningful. Go get that dub. You hear me?
For 10 weeks during the regular season, the Ravens will honor a high school coach who has made a significant impact on a student athlete. This award is in its 26th year of existence. All 10 Coach of the Week winners receive a $2,000 donation to their school's football program and will attend a Ravens home game at M&T Bank Stadium in December for an opportunity to be named the Ravens High School Coach of the Year.
28.
And the injured Westminster Owl, number 28, Jaden Segree, the linebacker, came flying in and just got popped. And we're 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Miller shotgun, toss sweep to the right side, and a host of tacklers get on him. Nice bring down. And who other than number 60, Jalen Jones.
David Akinboye with that run on the right side. Defensively for Westminster, they're just looking to control the edge. They want to limit big plays. And, Liberty, if they can get out on the edge and get their athletes in space, that's what they want to do.
Miller looks right side. Incomplete at midfield, and they send the punt team out. Unfortunate they start with a great return, but good defense by Westminster. You don't get to be 6-1 without playing good defense.
Oh, absolutely. This defense this year is giving up just 16 points a ball game.
Sounds like a professional team I know.
It's all about defense with the Ravens. Of course, this is the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown, and a couple of players here. Zay Flowers is with Liberty today. Rashad Bateman with Westminster, and
saw them giving pregame talks as the punt goes high in the air. It takes a big Liberty Lion bounce all the way to inside the 10-yard line. That is an impressive special teams right now. Liberty's dominating.
I mean, this, Booker, over the years, this typically is a matchup that decides the county championship. This year for Liberty at 3-4. They're not in that conversation, but sure, the Lions hoping to maybe upset in this rival showdown. Westminster having a great year at 6-1, and talking with head coach Chris Bassler before the game, he said getting home field is so key, and so these last 2 weeks, if they can get those wins, it would set them up nice in the regional playoffs.
Kyrese Walker takes the snap, and there's some jitterbugs, but not a big gain for Westminster.
Walker takes the snap, runs right.
Look, this is a very interesting offense. Last week in their win against Century, they put up 309 yards on the ground, 0 yards passing. 2 weeks ago, it was 233 yards passing, 27 yards on the ground. The week before that, it was perfectly balanced. You never know which direction, but they can do it in both ways.
Walker again takes the shotgun, runs it the whole way. Called quarterback run, and he scampers for about 6. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, terrific season for Walker, the senior quarterback, who last year, of course, a lot of experience there for Walker. Last year went over 1,000 yards both on the ground and through the air. He is the definition of dual-threat quarterback.
Precisely. And here we are with the 3rd and 4. Walker in the shotgun. Low snap, handles, gets to the left side, stacked up, but they're going to have to measure that. I think they're calling it short. They're about 2 feet short. And the punt team comes on for Westminster. You know you're going to get it, but you can't risk it.
Great tackle by number 7 there, Kevin Poole, who we've already seen make a difference in special teams, coming up, making a hit, and just short of a first down. Huge third down stop for the Lions.
Too deep in their own territory to risk going for it, so they will punt it away as they've lined up. They've yet to kick the ball. There could be something up their sleeve here. Snap bounces, and the kick is away. Low line drive. And Liberty telling everybody to get away from it. It's going to be downed at the 43-yard line. Efficient special teams, and both teams have traded 3 and outs to this point. Brent, is it unfold? Is the field, and let's let our viewers know, it rained today. The field is a little bit wet. Is that to the advantage of the offense and the defense?
It might be advantage both defenses if they can tackle. And both coaches told me before the game, tackling has been an issue. They got to wrap up. They got to make the stops. What a great job by the punter there, Cooper Whitcomb, the junior, who's also a tight end and a linebacker. That was a bad snap. He was able to handle it. That could have turned out to be a big play here early, but Whitfield able to get that punt off. That was a huge moment.
Yeah, the one bounce snap. And he got it away, low line drive, and it took a couple nice bounces. A little misdirection there, and Westminster is going to feast on Chase Miller right there, the broken play.
Yeah, more miscommunication than misdirection. They were going in the wrong direction there. I think Poole and Miller were not on the same page on that handoff. Miller did the right thing, though, tucked it to try to take maybe at least a couple of yards and turn what would have been a 5-yard loss into maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. He lost a yard. Great look at Liberty's number 77, Logan Tasker. And here's Miller. Nice, accurate pass, and still on his feet.
Miller's pass is complete.
Great connection by Martin.
10 yards.
Booker, I asked head coach Larry Luth for Liberty before the game. I said, describe your quarterback, Chase Miller. He described him in one word, called him a gunslinger.
Yeah.
He said he likes, if he sees it, he'll throw it. He's a guy that'll take chances but has a big arm.
And in all my prep work, I kept looking at him saying, hey, this guy looks like a D1 quarterback back there.
He's very poised, which is incredible, too, Book, because this is the first year he's played high school football.
Michael Martin with the catch. And here is Miller. Handoff inside. Poole with the run. He's going to get the first down for the Lions. Nice power run right there for Poole.
Kevin Poole has been very busy here early going, and he is one of those dual threat running backs. He's a guy that they look for out of the backfield to throw the football to, but he can also pound it inside. Poole and Kern both a good 1-2 punch there in the backfield.
Lions going in mild hurry up. No real huddle, high snap, and again, straight up the middle of that Westminster defense, and they yielded about 3 feet on that one.
Sir Donald was there for the stop. Great tackle by the big guy. 6'7". Donald leads Carroll County in sacks this season with 6. He was a wall there on the defensive line of scrimmage.
Third and 8. More shotgun, and there's the quick pass to the outside. A little stop and go for Poole, and he's knocked out of bounds. Gain, they're going to bring him third and 4.
I mean, this is a traditional spread offense. They want to go 50-50, the Liberty Lions on offense. They want to mix it, balance it between the run and the pass, but they will spread you out with 4 wide receivers.
And they go that sugar huddle where Chase Miller's getting the play off of his wristband, and there's number 17. Keep an eye out for Tristan West. He is a threat on the outside. He is set here to the low right, and we're going to get a flag, first flag of the game.
That is another way you can pick up a first down. David Girding The sophomore defensive lineman just jumped a little early, and that'll move the chains.
And there you see the jump. Just went on that hard count. That first down brought to you by the Bay Bridge Run. Coming up in November. If you haven't registered yet, you may have missed the boat, because that is one of the great runs. More shotgun, more pool. A steady diet of Kevin Poole.
Miller hands off to Kevin Poole, who runs off gut. Gain of about 5 yards. Ball's going to be spotted at the 30.
It's a big gain for Liberty.
It's a good job early here running the football. This is a very young Liberty offensive line, only one returner. They've got 3 first-year players up front, and so far they've won the line of scrimmage, moved the ball, and this has been a pretty good, this is a good drive running the football.
Still no score. Miller again. Steady diet of Kevin Poole. Poole to the left side that time, stacked up a little bit, gains a couple. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
That's interesting. Last year, this game went to overtime. 3 of the last 4 years, this matchup has gone to OT. These are always close, physical affairs. Now, last year's game, though, Book, they almost put up 800 total yards between the two. We don't expect that here tonight, but that was an offensive outburst in that matchup last year, won by Westminster.
Oh, the shotgun snap goes over Miller's head, and he just dives on it. That's a smart play, avoiding tragedy.
Oh, no doubt. Donald was there in the backfield and tracking him down, and you got to save possession.
Yeah.
And at least you have a chance to punt the football, but on that long fumble, the smart thing is to fall on it.
And back to punt is Michael Martin. And there you just see Miller just diving on it. That's just a smart play. And they're back on their own side of midfield after a nice little drive. Martin gets it off strong. Good high kick. Going to be tough to handle. And handled well. And Westminster will take over outside their own 23-yard line. Xavier Howard back to gather that one.
So a chance to see, again, this Westminster Owls offense went 3 and out in that first possession. But this is a explosive, big play type of offense. Yes. So at any moment, they can draw up one of those big plays and turn this game in a heartbeat.
Kyrie's Walker can explode. A little confusion on the field momentarily, no big deal. And we're back at it. 1st and 10, Owls in their road whites with light blue trousers. Inside handoff. Well defended by the Lions.
Quad Warfield, just a short gain. Last week, he had an explosive breakout performance. 3 touchdowns against Century. One went for 51, another 31 yards. This kid had fumble issues earlier this season, but has gotten better and better each week. Coaches now with a lot more confidence with him in the backfield.
Walker takes the snap, looks to his right, flag before the snap, so the play will not count. And we're going to get a violation of some kind against the defense. Lined up in the neutral zone. And that's going to make it a much more manageable 2nd and 3.
I believe the referee takes some small steps. Just so you know, there was a 5-yard penalty, even though he took 6 to 7 steps to get the ball to 5 yards. Could have confused the viewer at home.
The stripes on the field help too. Snap back to Walker. He goes deep down the right side. Caught, but out of bounds. Deep down the right side.
He's looking for Clayton Dorsey. Dorsey, an incredible job to pull it in and just wasn't able to get the foot down. Great example of big plays, though. This is a team that's going to look down the field, look to strike.
3rd and short. And as they say, Brent, that pass was so far right, Michael Moore might do a documentary about it. Walker, snap, inside handoff. Can they get it? Oh, yeah, they can get it and more. A tough scamper up the middle, and the Owls convert and pick up the first down.
Warfield on an explosion there. Credit that offensive line. 3 sophomores on that O-line, and they opened up a big hole for Warfield, and he got a big gain as they get a new set of downs.
And Westminster's ready to go, and Liberty is still scrambling to get their defense set. This could be a tough scenario. Walker again looking to pass, and he gets swallowed up. The defensive linemen for the Lions find a way to crash the party in the backfield.
Carter Hendricks was there, and boy, a whole host of players there for the Liberty Lions. Big defensive play. Momentum was really swinging there, and this will send the Owls back and create now a really tough position where you're 2nd and long.
2nd and 17. Walker again in the shotgun. Late first quarter. Little pre-snap motion, and Walker tucks and goes, and he gets tripped up. Great defensive effort by Liberty's number 34, Carter Hendricks. That's a big play by Hendricks to shoestring tackle.
One thing this Liberty Lions defense is going to do, they're going to spy Kyrese Walker as often as they can. You're going to watch the backside linebacker. He's going to watch the quarterback. It's going to be his job to be able to track him down. Great job there by the linebacker making the tackle.
3rd and a long. Quick play, and it's knocked down. Walker's pass to the right. Tristan West.
You know he's a great offensive player, but at 6'3", it's hard to throw over him, and I think Walker wanted to throw around him, but West was up for it.
He's got wingspan, and you took the words right out of my mouth. He's known for his offense, but evidently he can do some good things for this defense for the Lions.
By the way, he does a lot of good things on the basketball court as well. One of the top players there for Liberty, playing some hoops in the winter.
And we talk a lot about the multi-sport athlete and the value of being a multi-sport athlete in high school as the punt goes out of bounds. And that'll be it for the first quarter. Nothing but zeros on the scoreboard. Great night here. Ravens cheerleaders in attendance, signing autographs. We'll be back.
Tap into the sports market with Corrigan Sports Enterprises. CSE has put on hundreds of events throughout its history, and we possess the tools to give your company exposure in the sports industry. CSE has decades of experience helping great companies like Care First, Pandora, New Balance, and Toyota to put their best foot forward in the marketing space, as well as provide spectacular event management. Bring your dreams from conception to fruition at CorriganSports.com.
Each week, Ryan Mink and Garrett Downing take listeners inside team headquarters to chat about all things Ravens, debate topics, and interview players who drop into the lounge. Listen and subscribe to the Lounge Podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And we are back, second quarter. Referees get one of those treats, Brent. They had to move the ball about a yard and a half.
That's right.
To switch it over on the field. They flipped the field. They went from the 49 to the 49. Great. They love that.
Short punt, too, for the Owls, and sets up the Lions here. Great field position.
Toss, a sweep to the outside, and a scamper by Kern. And let's take a look here. We have a comparison of both these teams presented by Corrigan Sports Enterprises. Westminster, Liberty, hot streaks, cold streaks, but these two schools are too close together for it not to be a rivalry.
I mean, over the years, Coach Basser was telling me that every year that typically these two play for the county championship, but this year's been a tough year for Liberty. But I can tell you they would love to be a spoiler to their rivals just cross town.
Inside handoff. I'm going to go ahead and guess that's pulled. They do love handing the ball to him up the middle.
I mean, one of those matchups you talk about comparisons, one is the South Carroll game, and Westminster won in shutout fashion 42-0 against South Carroll. Of course, Liberty played them last week in a really close one-point loss in overtime. So you can see the difference where Westminster really handled it in that matchup.
Miller, the junior captain, steps up into the pocket, now scampers and picks it up. It's going to be about 4th and a long 1.5. And it's 4-down territory, Brent.
I would think here, you cross midfield, a punt, you could flip the field a little bit more. You could punt it down maybe inside the 20, but I think it's worth rolling the dice.
They're at least lining up for it as they send Tristan West to the right side. And now they're going to go for the push. And somewhere the Philadelphia Eagles are happy about what they just saw, because there's a first down for the Lions. Jalen Hurts style.
Typically, you don't get the old, what do they call it, the tush push for a 7-yard gain. That was impressive. Kern's a big guy who came up from behind there, 5'10", but 190, all muscle. Got in there and made sure his quarterback, see him there, 44. He said, I'm going to make sure my quarterback picks up a first down and more.
And then he took a little bit of a wallop. You don't want to get your quarterback taking too many wallops. As we see Timothy Johns, lineman for Westminster. Miller shotgun, 2-back formation, bobbles it and has to keep it, and jitterbugs for a gain of about 1.
He talked about it earlier. We had some rain. Obviously, the grass a little bit wet. Ball security is going to be a big thing here. Both teams have had some fumble issues, some turnover issues this season. So playing a clean game could be really important in getting a win here tonight.
Casey Heising, number 34, doing a nice job defensively for Westminster. As we see Miller right back in the shotgun. Looking left the whole way, deep down the left sideline for Tristan West. Overthrows him by a skosh.
Big size advantage. West coming down here the near side, and I think he had about a step and a half just overthrown there going into the end zone. But West is going to have a size advantage against most high school defensive backs.
And you see Kevin Poole, he runs his butt off on every play. I mean, that ball wasn't even thrown to him, and he's still within proximity of where it landed. That kid's got hustle. 3rd and long. Lions in their purple tops. Little pump fake by Miller. Sideline pass knocked away. And now it's going to be 4th and long.
Great play. John Manley just gets his hands in there, knocks that ball away, and fantastic defensive play by Manley, the senior.
Great play, just sensing when that ball was going to arrive.
Earlier this year, Manley had a 65-yard fumble return for a touchdown. That was against Manchester Valley. This guy's got a nose for the football.
Yeah. Great work by our camera crew right there. As we get a look at Manley, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. From the 30-yard line, Miller has to step up. Looks like it's going to be a sack, and it is. They lost a bunch. And that's going to turn it over on downs.
Cooper Whitcomb comes screaming in on the blitz. The linebacker on the near side just caused the confusion in the backfield and then was finished off by Jalen Jones on the sack.
And another player that, Brent, you and I have kind of gravitated towards, Jasir Donald. You talk about a kid who can overcome adversity. It's on the field, off the field. What a great young man.
Yeah, number 5 for Westminster. This is a kid that everybody on this team roots for, and he's really turned things around right in the classroom, on the field. They're really happy with the production and the person of Jasir Donald.
Long run for Westminster. And that's going to be a first down. And that was Canton Rudders, one of our players to watch. Or was it number 10? Excuse me, Raekwon Warfield. It was Warfield.
He's getting a lot of the carries now with the injury to starting tailback Jordan Segri. He's missed the last couple of games with the shoulder injury. I know we've called his brother left the game earlier with an injury as well. But, man, Warfield has really stepped into this starting position.
Walker in the shotgun, hands it off to Warfield. Now he gets to the left side, and he is gobbling yards right now. Westminster has found something that they like, and it's credit their offensive line.
And the O-line just coming up big again. A very young offensive line for Westminster. And Warfield, last week had a couple of really big runs, a 51-yard touchdown. He can break away. He's got breakaway speed.
And you talk about that young offensive line, Brent. In your experience, how do you get those youngsters that come together? Because offensive line, it's the most important teamwork part of a football team.
They don't know what they don't know yet, right? And as sophomores, that you can credit the coaches on this staff for Westminster. And Matt Cahill is the offensive coordinator. They've done a great job getting that O-line ready.
And as we give some positive stroking to that offensive line, one of them guilty of a hold there. So it's going to come back a little bit. .8:24 to go here, second quarter. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing it to you. Ravens rise, high school football showdown at Liberty. Westminster with possession. Bouncing to the outside, but not a huge gain, and that'll bring up second and long for the Owls as Warfield gets stopped up.
Now, I think that last play, the hold was a little bit more downfield, so it didn't come all the way back. It was spotted at the 30. They got a fresh set of downs, but mental mistakes and penalties have really been an issue at stopping drives this year for Westminster. As good as they have been and putting up 32 points a game, they could be putting up even more if it weren't for some of the mental mistakes.
Walker, shotgun, drops back, throws deep down the left side, and that's going to drop incomplete. Good coverage, but he threw into single coverage there.
Yeah, smart play. Good defensive play by Michael Martin for the Liberty Lions. Just 101, and sometimes as a quarterback you see 101, you're going to take a shot into the end zone, and that is what Kyrese Walker did there.
Isaiah Sprinkle had a quick shot at it, but great defense by Michael Martin, one of the captains for the Liberty Lions.
Yeah, Sprinkle can stretch the field. Had a 43-yard touchdown catch against Francis Scott Key earlier this season.
Walker in the shotgun. Warfield to his left. And this is what Walker does so well. Gone. He finds the opening, slides through it, and there's your first points of the game.
Walker made that look easy, nearly untouched to the end zone. He gets to the edge, and that is where he is so dangerous. And look at this little cut back here, and gone. Nobody's going to catch Walker. 25th touchdown this season, 13th on the ground, leads the county in rushing, and you can see why. Yep. So dynamic.
Great job by the line. And also, Brent, if it were two-hand touch, he'd still be running. That was a great play by Westminster. Great play call. Extra point up. And good. 7-0 Owls in a great matchup here of Carroll County rivals. These guys are rivals.
These guys are definitely rivals. Again, when you look at the history of this matchup over the last 4 or 5 years, and Coach Bassler in his 5th year was saying, every year the county title's on the line when they hook up. 3 of the last 4 years, this game has gone to overtime. Last year's game was phenomenal. 27-26, Westminster won that contest. Owls got a kickoff return for a touchdown in that game. 2 teams combined for 740 total yards. It was a track meet that eventually the Owls were able to pull out.
And earlier tonight you did talk about the tackling issues that some teams have. When you rack up 700 yards, there may have been some tackling issues in that game as well.
Yeah, and Walker, the quarterback for the Owls, we saw what he can do in that last play. He was terrific in that matchup last season.
Josh Wagner set to kick it off for the Owls, and he squibs it right down the middle of the field. Sometimes can be rather hazardous. Lions pick it up, and that is Kevin Kern.
At least it got into the hands of a guy that knows how to run the football. Running back Kern, who has already had a couple of runs here tonight. So he's able to pick up some yards there, and really he's going to give Liberty a good spot here to start this drive.
And there is Kern.
Just a sophomore.
One of those gritty Franklin Lions. As the Lions get their ball out on the field, their quarterback, again, junior captain. They have 3 captains on the team. 2 of them are juniors.
Yeah, pretty young ball club, maybe a little bit in transition. They were 7-4 last year. Larry Luth in his 12th season as head coach.
Pre-snap motion handoff that time to 24 Austin Sofrin.
They've had some really good teams here at Liberty over the years, and you see the 3-4 record, and maybe you do think rebuild and maybe even kind of getting things going again. But it's a team that has gotten better through this season. They started losing the first 2 and since have won 3 of 5. So they've kind of turned things around after a rough start.
There's Jasir Donald, number 5. We talked about him. Everybody looks up to him as the Lions pounded into the inside and gained just 1. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
I think you meant that figuratively and literally at 6'7", by the way.
Yeah. Everybody looks up to him. Poole did not look comfortable coming up off the ground there, and that could bring up some changes in the way they attack this next 3rd and long. But I can guarantee you Chase Miller will be in the shotgun. From their own territory. Clean snap. Miller looking up the middle, has a man. Wants the flag, not gonna get it. And I don't know there was a catchable ball, Brent. I'd like to see that replay and see if David Akinboye
was a little behind him. He had single coverage coming over the middle.
Akinboye was pleading for the flag.
And the junior still pleading for the flag as he heads to the sidelines and unable to convert on that 3rd down.
4th and 7 from their own territory. They will punt it away. Michael Martin, the lone senior captain for the Lions, as we're at the 6-minute mark here, 2nd quarter. Great handle, great snap, some good bounce. And it goes even further, all the way inside the 20 down to the 15. Martin with a tremendous boot right there.
Yeah, Liberty has gotten a couple of really big punts here in the first half. Got the home field bounce.
And here's your Coach of the Week presented by the Baltimore Sun. Oakdale's represented Dundalk, Loyola Blakefield, and this week Matt Miller from Winters Mill takes it home. Forest Parks won it. Byron Marshall's won it. There you go.
Yeah, right here in Carroll County. As a matter of fact, Westminster will wrap up the regular season against Winters Mill, and Matt Miller coming up next week. before they turn their attention to the regional playoffs.
Walker in the shotgun, nobody with him. He goes to the quick slant, and it only gains a 4, gain of 4. But great defense by number 40, Nicholas Marsicano. Talk about grit. Marsicano brings it with him every day.
Good little slant. Safe play for the Owls to get this drive started.
And now Walker will have a setback. Hands it off the inside. And that is just stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That was Warfield. It's kind of hit or miss with these runs. You get stacked up for a gain of 1, or you run for 30.
Yeah, I mean, this is an explosive. We talked about the big playability of the Westminster Owls, and they do spread it around. As good as Kyrese Walker is, maybe the best quarterback in the county, they like to get it in the hands of all their playmakers.
Walker gets it to the outside, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Great catch by Canton Rudders. You talked about him in the pregame. He can make plays.
And they have a host of guys that catch the football. Rudders and Sprinkle, Dorsey, who leads the entire county in touchdown catches. They have a lot of big-time playmakers on the outside.
Walker in the shotgun as always. And a designed quarterback draw, and he's going to pay a price for those 2 yards. That's one of the risks you run when you have your quarterback who's so great at running. He's going to get a little banged up.
Nicholas Marsicano coming in making a big hit, and he avoided the block. Warfield was his lead blocker for Walker and went right past the linebacker who ends up making a big hit there.
3rd and 8 for the Owls. They lead 7-0. And the pass is I don't know if he caught that or not. Yeah, they're calling that a catch. Walker put some touch on that. And I'll tell you what, Raycon Warfield, he's got hands like a moil coming down with that one. That was an impressive little catch.
As he's falling down, able to hold the concentration. Kind of lost his footing.
And then he tries to get up. He's been watching too much NFL.
Yeah, of course, college game and the high school level as well. Once you hit the turf, the play is ruled down. Of course, we talked about Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers here for the Ravens. They, on Sunday, can get up and make that play.
And here goes Walker around the right side. And untouched but out of bounds. That was like a Franco Harris. Why take the beating when you're only going to get another foot?
Yeah, I mean, he's got about a yard and a half short of the first down. We'll see him coming here straight into your screen. Yeah. Chance to get a first down. I'm surprised he didn't try to stretch out there.
He was making a career decision, I believe. And the Owls are going to punt it away with a 4th and 2. But again, they're at their own 35-yard line. And this Liberty defense has stood the test. High lobbing snap, and the kick is away. And again, a low line drive kick handled. And we're going to have a little return here. And that is pull, and a flag comes in from up the field. And that might not be great news for the Lions.
Thought that was a smart decision by Kevin, pulling a low kick to be able to just grab that on the run, and chance to pick up some yardage.
There's no flag on the play. How about that?
So that play by Poole looking even better there.
Yep.
2 minutes, 52 seconds left in the half.
We'll see what, by the way, first-year offensive coordinator Rick Anderson draws up here. Final couple of minutes here of the first half.
He's got Chase Miller, the gunslinger, and he's got Tristan West. Interesting to see how they get defended. Miller pulls it out, and here is Tristan West, and he puts his head down and gains about 7 or 8.
Yeah, great connection. Those two have a tremendous chemistry on the football field, and when you need a play, when you need a first down, you're looking for the 6'3" Tristan West.
He's a baller.
West and Martin split down to the low side of your screen. Chase Miller deep down the right side, and it's going to be just too far. He put everything into that one, and he had a step on his man, but it just unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, Michael Martin going down that far side, and he was able to beat Isaiah Sprinkle. Had a couple of steps on him. It was just overthrown. Good spot to take a shot. Second and short, too, right there around midfield. A lot of OCs like to draw up a long play there.
Austin Safrin taking a look at his wristband as we get a replay. Just amazing how Miller can uncork that. And he also, on this side, he had Kevin Poole. Shotgun.
There you go.
Ride and decide, and that is going to be enough for a first down. That's a big third down conversion with 2:31 to go here in the half.
Yeah, move the chains, get a fresh set of downs as the clock winds under 2:30 here left in the second quarter.
The out was 44-yard line.
I love the way the Lions do this huddle where the linemen kind of chill on the line, but all the skill guys come over and get the call at once. As we see Kevin Poole, number 7, and big number 78, Trent Long, doing great work on the offensive line so far tonight. Miller in the shotgun, looking right the whole way. Out pattern, wide open as the defender slipped down, and he caught it and stepped out of bounds.
Number 5, Michael Martin.
Great play by Michael Martin as his defender slipped. We talked about the field.
Rakeem Warfield is out there in coverage, the defensive back, and just lost his footing and wide open. Really easy toss and catch there for Chase Miller.
And to Chase Miller's credit, he put it right in the breadbasket. Sometimes you see that defender fall down and you kind of freak out. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of poise. We mentioned earlier, first-year player for Chase Miller, quarterback. So much to, work through, reading defenses and all that. And he has really been spectacular for a guy with not a lot of experience.
He's made the most of his opportunity. 7-0 at Westminster here in Carroll County.
We're pretty excited to be here. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but I know we're going to get our jerseys. We're super excited for that.
We're really excited because we want to see what they look like, and we're here to represent them.
I don't know.
And we are right back in action as the Lions take a quick timeout just to get reset. And Chase Miller, again, from the shotgun.
I'll take a shot of oxygen. You got this. I need to stay up till 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Time to pass. Lobs one over the top. Great catch by Poole. And they're going to call him down inbounds, Brent. That's going to keep the clock rolling at 1:27.
Yeah, the clock will start becoming something you want to pay attention to now as we're down inside 1:20. But great job stretching out there, just short of a first down.
I don't know how they call him down inbounds, but that's why I'm not an official. Owls show blitz. Miller gets away from it. Little time, throws a bullet into the end zone. And just too much on it. Unable to be grabbed by Akinboye.
That was a throw that only the wide receiver was going to come up with it. It was he fired that into the corner, but it does stop the clock just inside a minute.
And you talked about the turnovers earlier. We don't want to put the broadcaster's jinx on them, but by golly, a great throw by him to give it. Only chance was the receiver. Here's Miller, shotgun, looks left, quick pass, and incomplete. And now they went from a 2nd and short to a 4th and less than a yard. I can see a push coming.
It's interesting, too, that last couple of plays that they threw the football when they could have tried to just pick up a first down, and this is going to force a 4th and short.
It's the only time we've seen him under center, but he's going to go shotgun. Goes shotgun, quick throw out to West, gathers, and gets out. They call him inbounds.
Now the clock here in the stadium, it stopped.
What stops with the first down, I believe, to reset the chain gang. They're 1st and goal now from the 5-yard line.
Well, we said when you need a big play, you're going to look for number 17. That was smart. Boy, a 4th and less than a 1, and they go to the air, and they go to the guy that makes big plays for them.
1st and goal from the 5. Liberty Lions looking to put some points up. Miller pump fakes, steps up, and gets swallowed by every member of the Westminster Owls defensive line. Everybody in on the tackle. I think at one point the bus driver got in there and helped with the tackle.
Liberty with 3 timeouts. They'll use one here. Stop the clock at 36 seconds left. A chance to talk it over, come up with a play in that red zone. And, man, this would be huge if Liberty is able to tie this ball game up going into the break.
And momentum, it's like the wind, Brent. You can't see it, but you sure as heck can feel it.
Oh, you can feel it, too. Liberty's done a nice job here in the first half.
7-0 Westminster. Liberty knocking.
On October 28th, come experience a brand new race. Featuring a scenic course through the boardwalk and Assateague Island. Run through our unique course and enjoy our post-race party, featuring Michelob Ultra, Hoop Tea, and Food Lion refreshments. Don't miss our one-of-a-kind oyster medal and high-quality runners premiums. Register now at ocrunfest.com.
That Ocean City Running Festival. Make sure you sign up for the Ocean City Running Festival. First year in action. Unbelievable gear will be given away. And a chance to run down that boardwalk as the Liberty Lions back here just before the half. Miller in the shotgun. See what they can make happen. And now we get a jump. Looks like we're going to get a false start against the Liberty Lions.
It looked like it was the guard there, Peyton Roebuck. We talked about him in the open.
So that they don't lose it down, and that gives them a little bit more room with which to work. Fine, look at the bright side. Yeah, the bright side.
What you want to do, too, Book, is keep an eye on 17 because they move Tristan West sometimes to that tight end position on the right side of the line.
Miller fakes the handoff, goes to his right, pass through the hands, and that's going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 31 seconds left.
Try to find Tristan West in the flat, but so West lined up at tight end, comes out, blocks, and then goes out into the route uncovered. So a nice job of really disguising Rick Anderson, first-year offensive coordinator here with Liberty. You have a big-time wide receiver, Tristan West, but kind of hiding him there along the offensive line.
Ball all the way on the far right hash. A lot of room here to the left as West is now in the slot to the left. And now he motions to the right. And a throw into the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Liberty Lions. And that is Akin and Boye. Great catch by David Akinboye. 145 pounds, but that's big.
Yeah, great route down into the corner. They get Chase Miller rolling out to his right in space, and just a great catch over the shoulder for Akinboye, the 5'8", 145-pound junior, coming up big in the end zone.
Clocked at a 4-4.
Now we are looking for the extra point. So I've been informed that Akinboye can run a 4.440.
That's quick.
Which is tied with me if I were only running 10 of those yards. Big extra point right now at Martin.
I think all those running festivals, you'd be a quicker runner.
Dude. And the kick is up, and it is good. Splits the uprights. And we're tied at 7. Brent, we talked about momentum. Whoop, we got some.
Tell you what, and when you have a rival ball game, right? When you get together every year like these two teams here in Carroll County do, typically get 3 of the last 4 years, this game has gone to overtime. Yep. Just because one team's 6-1, the other one 3-4, doesn't mean you're not going to have one of those real emotional, energetic, tough type of ball games.
And you see Akinboye celebrating big number 77. Logan Tasker almost put him back on the old body high five. Michael Martin with a clutch extra point, too. High school extra points aren't guaranteed, my friend.
No, Michael Martin playing wide receiver, defensive back. He's been all over here tonight as well. Those extra points are huge, especially in a tight ball game.
26 seconds remain here in the half. Westminster ever dangerous. Michael Martin, the senior captain. Good look at number 83, Andrew Nelson, set to cover the kick. And it goes with flags on the pre-kick. Liberty goes offsides on their kickoff, and that'll back them up 5 yards. Kyle Ash with the over hustle.
That's the kind of mental mistake, too, that'll drive a head coach crazy, especially dead ball fouls. And head coach Larry Luth telling me before the game just the mental mistakes. And they've had a lot of them. And there are plays you got to overcome, and with 26 seconds left, you don't want to give Westminster a chance to try to get one here.
They squib it. And it does touch an owl, so he will just dive on. A great opportunity for us to thank all of our brave servicemen and women and first responders who do all they can to help us, including the Maryland State Police. Freedom is not free, and they have more courage than I do.
Well said. Of course, this, I was going to say Ravens Rise game. How exciting, too. We've been to so many of these, Book, and it never gets old. It's always cool to see the teams coming out of the tunnel, the cheerleaders, the players, and we got a great crowd here in front of us, and with Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman here from the Baltimore Ravens.
Walker in the shotgun, and quick handoff, and a bit of a scamper there.
It's cool to see, too, these guys spending so much time with the student body down here, both giving the teams a little pep talk before the game as well. They got a big game on Sunday, but here they are having a great time in Carroll County.
And that'll do it for the half, as we see Flowers and Bateman still taking selfies, signing stuff. I mean, it's a great occasion. The Ravens Rise. Thank you so much to Adam Rudell and Shamar Gray for all the effort they put into making this the absolute pageantry of the event.
We're pretty excited to be here. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but I know we're going to get our jerseys. We're super excited for that.
We're really excited because we want to see what they look like, and we're here to represent them.
can hear the excitement and feel the excitement when you come in. So we're excited. It's contagious, but it's been a long time coming. Our marketing team has done a fantastic job. Our partnership with Under Armour, but also the State's Athletic Association, to really kick off and try to pioneer a formal girls flag football league. And we know this is really exciting for Frederick County, but we also are very excited to see this, hopefully in years future, expand throughout the state.
I actually really like that.
It's great to see you guys here. Uniforms are sweet, by the way, right? It's amazing. There's nothing like being a football player and getting your game uniforms for the first time, right? There's nothing like it, and you guys look amazing. And we are like so proud to have everybody here. My daughter's an athlete. She didn't make it in time to get to play flag football, and I know I'm very sorry about that, and I promise you she's sorry about that too. We talk all the time about how great it would be to play football and what position she would play. Of course, she thinks she'd be a quarterback, right? How many quarterbacks we got? A lot of quarterbacks. Thank you for being pioneers. Thank you for doing something that's going to make a difference. You're going to love it, right? You're going to have fun. That's what you're doing it for, because you want to have fun. But you're not going to just do it for that. You're going to make a difference in girls' lives forever, because you're doing something for the first time, right? You're doing something for the first time that starts change. And that's what everything is all about. The most awesome thing about football to me is that everybody can play it. We tell our team on Saturday night before we play, I tell them, I say, I cannot wait to take the field with you and watch you play. I promise you, we'll get the tape and we'll find a way to see you guys play. I cannot wait someday soon to watch you all play. Can't wait to do it. So let's get a team picture. Phil, you got it, right? How about we say family? How about we say family? Because that's what football is. It's family. We ready? Okay, so we can do that. We'll do that too, okay? First, we're going to do family. Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family! All right, now Ravens on three. 1, 2, 3. Ravens! All right. OJ gonna be here, I think Tuesday. He'll be here Tuesday. We're gonna celebrate his birthday like we always do. We sing happy birthday to OJ in the cafeteria. Does anybody know how old OJ is?
He's 54, Coach.
54. This guy was, at one point in time, probably the best special teams player in the National Football League, also a linebacker. You know, I was a special teams coach at the time, and that guy was the guy. I mean, when you played against him, it was like, you know, buckle up, man, because he was bringing it. He was a great player. He was diagnosed in 2007, I think. I got here in 2008. I mean, talk about strength and you know, the power of the spirit, mind, to just to be strong. I mean, to be strong. Because we can all put ourselves in that circumstance. We can all choose not to think about it. Or we can say, what would I do? You know, would I be courageous enough? And OJ made a choice. Now remember, he said at one point in time, he said he was going to beat it, and he still might. And he said, I'm going to beat it. And in fact, he worked out every day. The guy was just a stud of a guy in the weight room every day. He said, I equated that with strength. And then God took that from me and showed me what real strength is. Okay? And now he's a living example of that. For anybody that chooses to see and chooses to hear and understand. Okay? OJ Brigance, happy birthday, OJ. And we'll see him here on Tuesday. Come on in, Juice. All right. Bring it up, guys. Bring it close. It's like our team meeting here. You got something for us, Juice?
Thanks, everyone, for the birthday wishes. We all know this week is Steelers week, so it's a whole different level. Thanks for blessing me.
Yeah, Steelers week. Thanks, Juice, for reminding us. We appreciate it. Start off with this, OJ. On behalf of all the guys, we love you. We appreciate you, your wisdom, your wise words, your sense of humor, and your smile, probably more than anything. And all the guys had a card for you, so we put it all together here with notes and things like that, and just a message to you, how much you mean to us. So you get a chance to read that when you get a chance. And then without further ado, for the annual rite of singing happy birthday and talking about you. We have the best. Tuck.
A lot of you guys know that when I first got here, first thing that we did was we went and we won it all. We won the Super Bowl. And my next year, pretty early on, I personally struggled on the field a little bit. And Juice changed the trajectory of my whole life, my whole career, with a simple message. Here it is, September 15th, 2013. Juice just said, Tuck, thinking about you, my man. We all have tough days. The measure of a man is how he responds to adversity. You're the best in the NFL, and the vision has not changed. Love you, bro. Juice, we love you. Happy birthday, man. I know everybody knows a traditional happy birthday, but Juice likes a Stevie Wonder version. So, without further ado, happy birthday to you. 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 Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Go ahead, Coach. Happy birthday, Juice.
All right, guys, come up and say hi, man. Then we'll dig into this chocolate chip cookie right here, this birthday cookie. Tuck, you need to blow that thing out.
All right, let's do it.
Enough hot air?
Happy birthday, Juice. Appreciate you.
You know, OJ was just one of those guys, whatever you ask him to do, he did. But he did it well.
And Juice was kind of quiet. Juice didn't do a whole lot of talking, but his play did a lot of talking for him.
The thing I enjoy most about being in the presence of you men is that you confront challenges week in and week out and find a way to overcome them. There is no place in the NFL for weak souls. Let's go get this win on Sunday.
He always got something to take away from his message. You know, he always going to say something that's going to be beneficial to you or whoever it is. You know, it doesn't matter if it's just life or your situation here. He's always going to say something that's meaningful.
Where now the singular focus is Pittsburgh. One game, one opportunity, one step toward making the improbable probable.
Every time I see you, man, you inspire me. And I know you inspire a lot of us.
Hey, game ball, man. The last one they threw, man, to OJ, baby.
The toughest man I know, for sure, to be fighting with this every single day. And that does not change his attitude one bit. Every single day, he's upbeat, he's positive.
Every time I've seen him, I've never heard a complaint come out of his mouth. It was always about my family, how am I doing, how are my kids doing.
He is clearly leading through example in the way he's handling this situation. It doesn't take much conversation to understand the circumstance that he's in. And you watch the way he's handled it every single day, that in any circumstance, no matter what, I can be strong in my weakness. He has emulated that strength like nobody I've ever known in my life.
When I was diagnosed at the age of 37, it was expected that I could be dead by the age 40. But the expectations of others never have any bearing on what can be achieved in our lives. What matters is our belief and perspective about what can be achieved.
Look how long Juice has beaten this illness. It just goes to show you the will, the determination that he has.
There's people you meet in life. They're gonna suck the life out of you or breathe life into you. OJ is a guy that's gonna breathe life into you. I think that's the impact he's had with the Ravens, both as a player in this 2000 team, but post-playing days, despite the challenges that he's had to face.
I know you always been like a big brother to me.
Every time I see you, man, you inspire me. And I know you inspire a lot of us.
You mean a hell of a lot to this organization. All of us, you know, I love you.
He's our living witness of no matter what you're going through, there's always joy in every morning.
How about we go Juice on 3? 1, 2, 3. Juice!
I just think he's an ultimate warrior.
You're going to be better because you spent time with OJ.
You know, that's how special he is.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you too. I love you too.
One of the best stories I remember is walking him out, me and him, during a playoff game at the Steelers, and going out for the coin toss. And he was so excited, and I was just so excited, and I'm just holding him there and you know, representing the Ravens. I think that was a highlight for him and me both, of two guys just going out there who just, you know, gave everything they had. And you know, we're in this giant stadium, and he just had a smile from ear to ear. And you know, I think a lot of people have to learn from a guy like that, who's just every day is a tough day, but he doesn't ever let anybody know that, and he's just happy to be alive.
Football is fun, and it all starts when we play a safer game. We exist to lead, strengthen, and grow football for all. Protecting athletes is paramount, from non-contact to limited contact to full tackle. Our football development model offers a smarter, safer way to play and teach the game, and rewards leagues that reach the highest safety standards. By putting athlete safety first, together we'll create a better, safer game. USA Football.
Hey Ravens fans, subscribe to the Ravens official YouTube channel for analysis, interviews, press conferences, and exclusive Ravens Wired content.
Agent Zero, operator.
You can't get anywhere else. Visit youtube.com/Baltimore Ravens to follow and subscribe.
Tap into the sports market with Corrigan Sports Enterprises. CSE has put on hundreds of events throughout its history, and we possess the tools to give your company exposure in the sports industry. CSE has decades of experience helping great companies like Care First, Pandora, New Balance, and Toyota to put their best foot forward in the marketing space, as well as provide spectacular event management. Bring your dreams from conception to fruition at CorriganSports.com.
Halftime here at Liberty as the Ravens rise. High school football showdown. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris. And before we get to the halftime highlights, Brent, the story they just ran on O.J. Brigance, we all have our O.J. story, but what a guy who can smile at you with his eyes.
He's amazing. He's so inspirational. And I've known O.J. a long time. It goes back to when the CFL team was here.
Yep, the Stallions.
I was part of the radio broadcast, and I knew O.J. then. And when he went to the Ravens, I remember he made the last tackle when they won the Super Bowl title. But he's been a part of football and been a part of this community for a long time. And what he has done in his battle with ALS is unreal. And every time I see him, he does. You just brighten up, man. You just brighten up.
And we do. We all have our O.J. story. He's fantastic. His wife Chantel as well. The Brigance Brigade. Just like the rug ties the room together, halftime highlights and stats tie the game together. Let's take a look at how we got to 7-7 as we see the Lions take the field, ready to break for the second half. Westminster got on the board first.
Yeah, I mean,
couple
first
nice
quarter,
long runs.
Yeah, first quarter and two, Book. I mean, it was back and forth. It was all about field position. There were no turnovers. I mean, it was just punt the football and move it, maybe a first down or two, then punt it away. And that went on until the second quarter where they finally got on the board. But this has really been a well-played game on both sides, right? No team has turned it over yet. Both teams have been able to move the ball a little bit, and both teams have gotten in the end zone.
Both teams have found a way to put some points on the board, but just like these two teams find a way to do, it's tied.
Yeah, and it was Kyrese Walker for Westminster who really got it going for the Owls, and his touchdown run got Westminster out in front 7-zip. But I give the Lions, man, Liberty for the way they have hung in here in the first half. A lot of people thought this might be a one-sided affair, and it has been anything but.
There's your pregame talks given by Mr. Flowers and Mr. Bateman. They came through the tunnel. Pyrotechnics.
I mean, what a thrill on a Friday night, right? Ravens rise, and And you see the Poe is there, the Ravens cheerleaders, a little pink out here in October as well.
Sure. Breast cancer awareness.
Just a great atmosphere here at Liberty High School.
There's the snap that went well over young Chase Miller's head. He covered it. And here come the Owls.
Yeah, great running attack. You never know how the Owls offense is going to get after you. And in this game, it's been a little bit of everything. But the run game has been something that Westminster has been able to rely on.
Seems like every time they pass, it's a sack or a knockdown, and there's Chase Miller getting swallowed up. And there goes Warfield.
Remember, he had the
left side.
He had that big run. Hold brought it back a little, but the Owls still able to cash in with Walker.
Walker, if it were two-hand touch, he'd still be going. But Liberty didn't wilt. They found a way to stay in.
Yeah, I mean, look, Chase Miller, the junior quarterback, has been fantastic moving the chains. That throw and a touchdown to Akinboye was brilliant in the back of the end zone. Tied at 7. What has happened here in the final 2 minutes in that drive that Liberty had, giving them all kinds of confidence. Can they build on that momentum now here in the second half?
And as we like to say, it's amazing what a high school athlete can accomplish when they know someone believes in them.
Well, I think the crowd here believes, and it's a good crowd. We've had a little bit of rain throughout the night. It has not dampened the atmosphere here at all.
Martin set to kick as Westminster, they won the opening coin toss and deferred to the second half.
26.
And Martin will put it
back to receive.
toe on leather. The final boys game of the 2023 Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. But we do have the Flag Football Championships coming up November 1st. That's going to be fantastic. A deep kick by Martin. Goodness, drives him all the way back to the 1 yard line. And up the left side he goes. And he'll get to the 25.
Yeah, great kickoff. Deep in, all the way back to the goal line. You know, final couple of weeks of the regular season. Look here in Carroll County and 6-1 at Westminster. They've won 5 straight. Top-ranked team here in the county. And this game and next week against Windsor Mill to finish up their regular season are huge. They need to win both to secure home field. This is a tough regional. And if they can get home field going into the playoffs, that could be really big for this ball club.
Walker from the shotgun. Hands off inside, and it bounced outside nicely. And a gain of about 6.
Stop by number 40, Nico Marcicano.
That's one thing that Warfield can do for you. He's an inside-outside type of runner, right? He can stretch to the corners, but he can also take it between the tackles, and he did a little both on that run.
Marcicano in on the tackle once again. Great end zone shot of that Lions defense. Westminster looking at 2nd and 4. Walker tucks it and finds a way to skitter his way up towards the first down, but he's going to be a yard short.
And big hit late there, too. Yeah. Took the helmet off of Walker. I think Liberty's done a really nice job of spying and making sure they have somebody watching Walker at all times.
And Walker's going off the field here.
He has to. He lost his helmet.
Okay.
I think he just has to sit out one play.
He certainly didn't sprint off.
Warfield also there really favoring the ankle over on the sidelines as well, something to keep an eye on.
And in now number 12, Rory O'Connor at quarterback. He's in the shotgun, quick hand. Oh, he keeps it, tucks it. He's running up the left side. Rory O'Connor. That is exciting for that young man.
Who saw that coming? The sophomore, Rory O'Connor. When you come in for one play, you hand it off. That's what a coach does, right? Don't make a mistake. You're in for one play, and he takes this thing for a big gainer. Just follows his blockers.
He said,
look at the excitement by his teammates.
You gotta love that.
See what the flag is.
And I think we had
going to tack on some more yards because it's against Liberty.
It might have been a little bit of a face mask there at the end on the tackle. They're certainly walking off a full distance.
I think that is what they say, the bad kind of face mask when you get the 15-yarder, not the incidental. And that's a huge penalty. It goes against Liberty after a big gain. Backup quarterback comes in, you get a long run, tackle at another 15, and all of a sudden, this Westminster Owls offense is in business.
Walker back in the game. Low snap, hands it off quickly. And another gain, and a flag comes in from the back judge.
Good to see Warfield back out on the field after having to shake off that. That's going to go against Westminster.
And that's a hold, so they'll lose some yards there.
It's interesting, too, talk about being October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Also, the referees, if you notice, when the flags come flying, that is a pink flag.
And my sister, Kelly Corrigan, one of the great breast cancer survivors out there. So we're going to beat it.
Shout out to my wife, two-time breast cancer survivor as well. And I know it is really affects a lot of people, a lot of families out there, but a lot of pink here tonight. Very cool to see.
And it's now 1st and 17 for Westminster. Walker in the shotgun. And he hands it off quickly, and a nice, sizable gain back to the original line of scrimmage.
He stops by number 60.
By Warfield.
Yeah, one thing that head coach Chris Bassler for Westminster said that they need consistency on their drives because they're explosive, big plays. A lot of times their drives don't go really long, right? They'll make mistakes or they get a touchdown, but if they can move chains and get this drives that show a little more consistency would be really beneficial.
And we got an injured Nicholas Marciano, and he is one of the grit, heart, and soul defenders, and they're helping him to the bench.
Yeah, he had to limp over. A little help from his teammates.
I know number 67, Max Grosslinger, wanted to get seen on TV tonight, but not in that manner.
But that's something for Westminster. They have put together some really good quarters, but they haven't put together full games, right? They have put together scoring drives, but they haven't had a lot of long, consistent drives. And that's what we're seeing here. This has already started out as being a consistent drive.
Kyle Ash in for the injured Marciano. And that play stacked up, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Walking stop by number 44, Kevin Kern. And it brings up
Kern with the stop. 3rd and 10.
See if they can move the chains. This has been, like we said, a really good drive.
3rd and 10, and the Lions just checked defensive end Tristan West, 6'3". Defensive end. He plays that wide side. Walker shotgun, drops back to his left, rolling, looking to pass, tucks it momentarily, stacked up, and that's going to bring up 4th down from your opponent's 40-yard line. Brent, where are you?
Again, great job by the defense. The spy that they're using on Walker is really starting to pay off. Dominic Greco, the linebacker, coming from the weak side. But really a great job as a team to get to the football, make that tackle, and force the 4th down.
And they're going to go for it. 4th and 10. Great late, or not late hit, but finishing hit by Kevin Kern. Pass, Walker deep down the center into double coverage. And you'd be well advised to knock that away, which they did.
Yeah, knockdown's better than an interception there. Although, even into the end zone and a touchback, but a great defensive player there by Kevin Poole, who has been all over the place, returning kicks, catching the football, running the football out of the backfield, and making plays like this.
I saw him making funnel cakes at halftime.
And they were delicious. Should have saved you one. I mean, look at how he comes over the top, knocks it down, smart play. 4th and 10, why not take a shot in the end zone?
And as a competitor, as a defensive back, you want to pick it off and say, I had the interception. But you do the right thing because that's a 20-yard difference. Miller, quick handoff up the inside to who else but Kevin Poole. He's stacked up, refuses to go down, but forward progress will have him losing a gain. They gave him a gain of 2.
Cooper Whitcomb coming in defensively for the Owls on that initial hit. And just look at how he rifles through. Heads up play by the defense for Westminster.
Pair of 7s on that one. Shotgun to Miller. Pump fakes, looking down the middle of the field. And he had Poole on this this left side. Poole wants the ball. You got to love a competitor like that as we're at the 7-minute mark here. Booker Corrigan, Brent Harris bringing you a great game from Carroll County. Look at this replay. And Miller, takes a hit and gets landed on.
Yeah, big, hard hit is number 77, Timothy Johns.
I don't want him landing on me. Miller, quick out pass. Just dropped by West. You don't see that.
Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Mark
Tristan
the
West
date down. Yeah.
Could have been a first down. Instead, it's going to be 4th and long, and most likely the punt team coming on. And this is a definite first down, Booker. All he has to do is turn, but he's thinking about running upfield before he has the football.
Back for Westminster, number 4.
An unfortunate turn of events right there for the Lions, and they will punt it away.
Xavier Howard.
Martin back to punt. High snap, but he's going to get it off, and he gets off a good one. I'll tell you what, he might have a career as a punter.
Kicking game has been fantastic for Liberty tonight.
And they get the roll every time.
Third time they have gotten at least 10, if not more, extra yards out of the roll. Call it the home field bounce.
Down by Devin Van Meter, the junior. Great hustle. And if you're going to pull off the upset, it's going to take everybody.
And you're starting to feel as this third quarter now midway through, and it's going to tighten a little bit, where one play can be a difference.
Make a play. Let's go.
Kyrese Walker, the dangerous quarterback for the Westminster Owls, has proven it all season long. But they're deep in their own territory. Hand it off. Bounced to the right side. Warfield gains a healthy 4.
Yeah, nice job, Carter Hendricks there from that linebacker position. He has to shed a block and then one arm being able to take down Warfield before he could get by him.
Walker has the play from the sideline. Has Warfield to his right. And a quick handoff to him. But this time the Liberty Lions defensive line gives not an inch. It's like drawing a line in the sand. Across this line, you do not.
Yeah, the defensive line for Liberty is so quick off the football. As a matter of fact, senior offensive lineman this week, Jalen Jones, said that was going to be one of their biggest challenges, dealing with how quick that Liberty defense gets off the ball. That they really did some things in practice this week to get them ready and prepared for this Liberty Lions defense.
3rd and 5, Walker in the shotgun. And he's going to run it the whole way left side. And he is not going to get it. Did the ball squirt out? Lighting.
Liberty's saying they have it.
Yeah. Let's see what we get.
Dominic Greco, number 56.
Greco with the tackle, and it looks like Westminster's number 75, David Girding, may have recovered or ended up with the ball at the end of the play. There's the ball.
It's always great when both teams claim to have the football and they all can't be right. But
that's high school.
Right? They all can't be right.
Number 14, David Akinboye, back to receive the punt.
Yeah, this Lions defense has given up about 24 points a ball game this year. They have tightened up tonight against a really good Westminster team.
Akinboye back to return it. Won't have the chance as the ball bounces straight up in the air. And the Lions will have really good field position to start this drive.
There's got to be some kind of pull here at Liberty on the field, like a magnetic pull, because when Westminster punts, the ball either stops or goes backwards. When Liberty punts, the ball goes forward. Something going on.
10 yards, a full 10 yards.
Right, something going on here.
Some sort of gravitational pull. We did just have a Friday the 13th, so it could be a little layover from that as we get right back into the Liberty Lions offense. Chase Miller from the shotgun. 2 setbacks and a quick handoff, and it's going to gain about 4 tough yards as he tackled right on the thighs. And that was Poole on the carry.
Clayton Dorsey, the senior wide receiver, defensive back, made the tackle, and I tell you, Poole may have picked up another 10, 20 yards. He could have been off to the races.
You see him
Dorsey
with the
nice
Charlie horse tackle. He gets
right
bam.
there. Wow.
That's
he gets through that level, he might be gone.
Chase Miller getting the play from the sideline with Kevin Poole looking on. Kevin Kern also playing both ways. Miller. Clean snap. Looks to pass. Left side incomplete. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, right through the hands of Kevin Poole. Ball had a little pace on it. Chase Miller, a junior quarterback. 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions this season. Coming off a game where he had a couple of touchdown passes connecting with Tristan West a couple of times in that ball game. It's been a big target here as well.
Miller, shotgun. Looking deep down the right side, and again, Akinboye can't reel it in. Akinboye really contorted himself to try and make that catch.
A little bit over the shoulder.
Yep.
Clayton Dorsey's in coverage here for Westminster. A little underthrown.
And that'll bring up 4th and 7. There's Akinboye.
Back to a battlefield position here in this 3rd quarter. Remind you a little bit of the opening quarter to this ball game.
Peyton Roebuck, number 70, the long snapper for the Liberty Lions. Gets it straight and clean back to Martin, and he booms a high one. That is a legit punt. Yeah! And it's snuffed, mumbled, and they come up with it. Westminster, great recovery by Westminster's number 9, Clayton Dorsey.
Yeah, smart play there by Dorsey. And you watch the replay on this punt, and with 2 back for Westminster, it just takes a nice bounce right to Dorsey. Heads up play to fall on it. Boy, a lot of bad things could have happened there.
And the field position, Liberty still figuring out a way to dominate the field position. Westminster starting from their own 14-yard line on this drive. Walker in the shotgun. Quick handoff. And a nice scamper up the left side.
Oh, late flag as well from the backside.
Yeah, and it's going to be a hold against Westminster is the preliminary call. 3:18 to go here, 3rd quarter. And we're starting to get a little pucker.
Last couple of drives for Westminster didn't really get much going inside, right, between the guards. And you got to credit those big guys up front for Liberty. Both Blake Cox and number 70, Peyton Roebuck, have been so good on the interior line. There you saw the Owls trying to get to the outside, get to the corner. Not for the flag, they would have had a nice game, but again, that's what's coming back. Another penalty, which has been the Achilles heel for this Westminster offense this season.
And that brings up First and about 16. And it looks like we get a timeout on the field. Trying to make sure we have the correct amount of players on both sides. And now we're all set. Shotgun for Walker. A little pre-snap motion. And he's going to give it up the inside. And again, stuffed there at the line of scrimmage. It's feast or famines when they try and get between those tackles.
Yeah, defensive line has just been outstanding here tonight. That was Carter Hendricks, that backside linebacker, the senior, first in on the tackle. And, this is a great opportunity for the Liberty Lions defense. They make a stop. They're going to have great field position here as we get closer to the end of the third quarter.
Second and long. Walker shotgun. Warfield in the backfield to his left. Walker looking to pass the whole way. Tucks it, loses the ball in his own end zone, and that's going to be a safety. That is a safety for the Liberty Lions.
That was a great play.
So now they will get the great field position and a two-pointer.
So Walker, a good decision to fall on the football. You don't want to give up a touchdown. It gets poked away here. Great defensive play. But the second he falls on it, the play is dead, and immediately it's a safety. What a play. That front for Liberty tonight has just been outstanding.
And it's interesting because we look at the replay and we think he could have picked it up. But then
that's a risky play, and you're 5 yards deep into your end zone. Possibly pick it up and still a safety, but if you don't pick it up, you're giving the other team a chance maybe to scoop it for a touchdown.
Yep. I agree with you 100%. It would have taken a lot of luck for him to scoop that and just throw it up the field.
Sometimes you got to take the loss, but again, high school, even in college, you fall in that football. In the end zone, play is dead. Automatic touchback, and you get the safety and 9-7. That is the play that the Liberty Lions been waiting for. They had the penalty, which pushed them back. It really helped set up that play for the Liberty Lions.
Interesting here because Westminster has the option to, where they have a free kick. They can punt it or kick it off, and they choose to kick it. And it's Josh Wagner who's going to put toe on leather. Akinboye deep with West, and they squib it. It's bobbled. Akinboye comes up with it, and he is tackled hard. There's a flag. That is going to be the full 15-yard face mask, Brent. I don't bet on many calls, but I could bet on that one.
Cooper Whitcomb coming in with the hit and then the mistake. Take another look at the end of the play. First, the ball going right off of Kern's hands, and Akinboye picking it up, and there it is.
Yeah, that's a full-on.
I think it drew, 3 flags? I think that was a unanimous decision by the referees.
Not a lot of suspense in this one. Referee Carmen D. John Domenico coming across, and he will march it off. And you talk about that momentum. Penalties took momentum from Westchester, and now a big penalty just gave some momentum to the Liberty Lions.
I talked about after the safety, chance to get good field position. Well, after the penalty and the unsportsmanlike face mask, it brings it across midfield, and outstanding field position and a chance to add to this 2-point lead. Remember, a touchdown as well could make it a 2-possession ball game here in the second half.
Miller once again in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking deep down the left side to West. Feet get tangled up. And I don't know that you can throw a flag on that. Even though West was the guy who fell, it seemed as though they just got tangled.
Yeah, West is there. Actually, 2 receivers. I don't know that really helps you in throwing into that position where you have two receivers so close together, and it really bunched it up, and West ended up getting tripped up.
Layden Bidell, number 1 for Liberty, getting down there as we see big number 78, Trent Long.
Yeah, typically you don't have two receivers in the same area that close together.
Miller, 2nd and 10 from just across midfield. Miller's going to tuck it and run up the right side, and he'll get us a bunch, a gander of yards. Smart play with the keeper, and that's going to move the chains for the Lions.
And look, Chase Miller has the ability to run the football. He doesn't always run it. He's a bit more of a pocket passer, more than Kyrese Walker on the other side, but Miller has had some big runs this year, had a touchdown run of 24 yards against Hedgeville earlier this season, so more than capable of getting it done with his feet.
He's had better runs than Patches O'Houlihan, we know that. 1st and 10 for the Liberty Lions at home.
That's the old reference.
Inside handoff, power run, and Kern gets about 2 painful yards, maybe 1.
So you go outside with a little quarterback scramble, then you bust it back inside. Kevin Kern, the sophomore, very physical runner. We're seeing a lot of different aspects to this Liberty Lions offense. Again, a spread offense. It is very balanced, almost 50-50 run to pass.
Akinbuye and Martin split to the right, and Bidell and West to the left. Handled snap deep down the field, almost intercepted. It's going to be incomplete.
Michael Martin here for Liberty was the intended target, but he ends up being more the defensive back, having to break up that pass because it looked like a sure interception.
It's interesting because Miller has that arm, but it seems like he hasn't figured out the distance quite yet. He overthrew a couple guys early. He's shorted a couple.
What did Coach Luth call him? The gunslinger. He said if he sees it, he throws it. And he thought he had the receiver down the side, but really overthrew him and made it a little easier for the defensive back.
Shotgun, 3rd and 9. Back to pass, looking left. Deep down the left sideline, he's got Tristan West, who got knocked off his pattern and wasn't able to get back to the inside where the ball was.
West facing a double team there down the near side, and he was open, Booker. That was a great decision to throw there, but it was too far inside. If you throw this ball outside, that is a touchdown. Look where this ball ends up landing, and West has a couple of steps on the 2 defenders and has size on both as well. Ball just underthrown inside a little too much.
And the Lions will punt it away. Michael Martin has had a great day punting the ball. Handles the snap and pooches it well. He's gifted. And again, there's your 10-yard bounce, Brent.
Well, he's got forward rotation. You know, when you line up a punt, you always want to get forward rotation. That's what he's doing with these punts.
Did you say putts or punts?
Putts, when you're on the green.
I tell you one thing I know
it's
about
where you
putting.
Make the money book.
I know one thing about putting. 90% of all putts that don't reach the hole don't go in.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
The other 10% don't go in either.
You got to get it there. Just a great job, field position, flipping the field, and they've been able to get a lot of extra roll.
Westminster's backed up to their own 5-yard line, but they do have Kyrese Walker at quarterback, and he is a star. He rides and decides to keeps it, shakes it to the outside, and he could be gone. There's nobody even close to him. And Walker, 95 yards for the score. The Westminster Owl. Brent, I'm looking. I don't see any flags. And I was just sitting here saying, Kyrie's Walker can explode at any moment.
95 yards. My goodness, we know he is a spectacular special player. He leads the county in rushing. That is his 26th touchdown. Book, only twice tonight have they called the quarterback keeper. Both times have gone for scores. Look at this, to the edge, and just beats him with speed.
And you'd love to say rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, but he's gliding like a gazelle. I mean, he is smooth.
Tough to take a good angle defensively when a guy with that kind of speed gets outside. And boy, he turned on the jets just as he got to midfield. Made it look easy.
Extra point up and good, and with 28 seconds to go here in the third, it is now 13-9.
Take another look at this as Walker gets the outside. Great block there as well. Wide receivers on this Owls ball club do a great job out in open space getting blocks. He got 2 on that right side, and that really sprung him.
Some of the hometown Liberty fans proving that they volunteered as referees in their past, and they might know every rule in the book. Maybe
See Walker there, the senior. That is, we said 26 touchdowns, 14 this year on the ground.
Squib kick again, handled by Kearney, goes straight up the middle. Now bounces it, gets a little bit of a block, and we're going to get some more field position for the Liberty Lions. They will not go away.
Not only does Curtins bust it outside, but how about the hit at the end of the run that he puts on the defender down the field? I mean, it's a physical
Here you see
young man, and watch this. Lower the shoulder. Boom!
Oof. He did put a wallop on young number 16.
I like this guy,
the
Kevin
kicker,
Kern.
Joshua Wagner.
I mean, he comes to play. He is looking for contact, but
ball is exactly at midfield with 18 seconds to go in the quarter.
5-point ball game, too, Book. How important is that safety? If you are able to get a touchdown, the safety is going to be the difference. So remember, that defensive play for the Lions could prove to be big if they can cash in here again. Need a touchdown.
Miller in the shotgun. As always, pre-motion, hands off to Poole. Poole hop steps a couple, gentlemen, out of bounds, but the clock will run.
Yeah, fancy feet by Poole, just tiptoeing down the sideline.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
take another look at this. I mean, he has been doing this all night.
He's a tough young man. He's taking hits. He's giving hits out. It is the end of 3. Westminster 14, Liberty 9. Great rivalry.
16 playoff victories, 2 coveted trophies, legions of devoted fans. And for 18 years, the Baltimore Ravens have chosen MedStar Health for their medical care. For generations, people across the region have trusted MedStar Health. We're proud to provide the same quality care to the Ravens and their fans, because there's power in trust. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
Since 1837, our mission has been to chronicle the life and spirit of Maryland and the Chesapeake Bay. In all we do and in all we stand for, we are Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Sun.
M&T Bank Stadium, and it is getting loud. Stroud on the play fake, he's hit and struck, and the Ravens stop the Texans. Zay Flowers on the far side, spins at the 25, still on his feet. Pumped once, going deep. He's got OBJ over the shoulder catch, and the Ravens have it in the red zone as OBJ delights the home crowd.
Don't miss a game. Don't miss a moment. Don't blink.
Start of the fourth quarter here. Miller in the shotgun, little play action fake, and he gets it to Tristan West in space. And West all the way down to the 10-yard line, and that's a fabulous catch by that young man.
I mean, what a huge play, talking about 35 yards, and West somehow is wide open on the slant, coming across the field, and you can see Miller's looking for his main target, connects, and a little yard after catch as well. What a run by Tristan West, and all of a sudden, Liberty is in the red zone and a chance to regain the lead.
And credit Tristan West with being fearless and going up. He was crossing pattern in the middle of the field, and he went up above his head to catch that ball. A lot of young men hear some footsteps, and their arms become a little shorter.
He's a kid, too, that really could have a bright future. Only a junior, but Coach Luth was saying it. This is a guy that could play in college. I said, well, how would you describe Tristan West? He said, blessing. He is a blessing of a kid.
Miller. Back to pass, and he's just going to lob it up to West, and it's West went inside, and Miller wanted it outside, and they were lucky it wasn't picked.
Yeah, there was only Westminster Owls back in that corner of the end zone, and I think the defender actually slipped, or that would have been picked off. And watch how West goes inside, pass goes outside, and 3 there may have even tipped it, but
regardless, we are
that could
second.
have been tough.
Looks like second and goal, but it's on about the 10-yard line. Miller, outside pass, handled but out of bounds. Martin with the catch. Great catch, and they're going to have the ball on the 3-yard line of Westminster.
It's hard to tell. I think Book 2, they could get a first down. So it's like a 3rd and short, but they could get a first and not score.
It's a tough angle for us from our booth. Not that the Liberty Lions have been anything but gracious in our arrival here. There they go, plunging it up the middle, and they're going to say he did not get in, but Brent, now we're going to find out.
Yeah, I think it is.
He may have gotten the first down.
Yeah. New set of downs, and you're on the doorstep of scoring.
Do you smell what I smell? I smell Kevin Poole.
Hey, he's been big. Kern is in the backfield.
We're going to get the push. We're going to get the push. And there it is. They have it. There they go. They signal. Delayed signal. The referees want a little suspense there. We all knew it was in. Credit Chase Miller with the touchdown run of 14 inches.
I think it was 15, Book. It was just slightly more than that. But, look, you talked about it earlier. The Philadelphia Eagles have made this play so popular where you just come up behind the quarterback and help him into the end zone. It was West and Kern both right there making sure that Miller broke the plane.
And now with it 15-14, you go for 2, I believe, is what the play sheet would say, and Miller's in the shotgun. Miller calls the signals, has a setback to his left, throws left, and it's caught and completed. Tristan West goes up and gets it, and that will give the Liberty Lions a 3-point lead. 2-point conversion, big play. Welcome to the party, Tristan West.
I mean, how good is this guy? Talk about great hands. He goes back behind, over his head, pulls it in, but then has the wherewithal to find the corner of the end zone. Great catch and great execution to get the 2-point conversion.
Inbounds on the play. He was the player that made the big one.
Book will have to come back and watch a little Liberty basketball because I have a feeling
He plays
is
above
a beast,
the rim. He plays
a beast
above the
on the
rim
hoops court.
like we do. Liberty now with 10:49, 3-point lead. This is going to be miraculous. This is going to be a fantastic finish.
It's been a great game, a clean game. Haven't had any turnovers, and both teams have come up with some big plays.
The last time Westminster touched the ball, Kyrie Walker went for 95 yards. That's going to be a touchback.
Kicking game has just been a weapon for Liberty. Long kickoffs, a great job in the punting game as well. And it has put Westminster in some really tough positions because field position has really favored the Liberty Lions here in this ball game.
Walker in the shotgun. From their own 20-yard line, fresh set of downs. And Walker hands it off, and there's a gain of a half a yard. Physical inside defensive unit for Liberty.
Ricard Warfield, number 10 for the Owls. Man, he has had to earn every last inch that he has gotten in the run game here tonight because that front for the Lions has been so good. And he's been a workhorse.
Walker. Back to pass. Little crossing route completed. And that's number 11, Connor Harris. Makes a nice play. That's going to be a first down for the Owls.
And this was going to 11 all the way. You see the play fake backing up to buy some time. Great job by Walker as Harris comes across the field all the way from the far side to the near side for an easy completion.
And pushed out of bounds by Nicholas Marciano. Good to see him back in the game. He did leave earlier. Walker shotgun. Hands off and more punishing yards for Warfield.
Jalen Jones to Westminster on that offensive line, really carrying out a block, giving Warfield a little bit extra room to run. He just got right on the backside of Jones and followed him down the field.
Dominic Greco, number 56 for the Liberty Lions, as it's now 2nd and 6. Here's Walker. Little pre-snap motion. Fakes to his left, tucks and runs right. Has some room, and he can make a lot more out of it. That is going to be a first down for the Owls.
You know, it's amazing, Book. I mean, this is a clear run call to the right side. They set it up with the fake to the left, and you get the blocker Warfield out in front, clearing some space. This is only, I think, the third or fourth time that Walker's had a design quarterback run. 2 have gone for touchdowns, 195 yards, and that is another big gainer. I am surprised they have not used that more tonight. It's been so successful.
You almost suspect Walker was playing possum in the first half. He was kind of handing off, being passed. He did score the 1 touchdown, but now he's back to pass. Passes to the right side, and that's going to gain about 3 yards. And they're going to keep the clock rolling at the 9-minute mark here, fourth quarter.
You got to think, too, about the clock, but more if you could eat up some time. If you're Westminster and you could work this ball down the field, get that long drive they've been waiting for, take some time off the clock, put a lot of pressure on Liberty.
Walker shotgun. Fakes the handoff. And again, pounds his way for a gain of about 4.5 to 5, and that'll bring up 3rd and about 3.
I like how Walker finished that play, too. Lowers the shoulder right here into Kyle Ash. Watch this, quarterback He's got a little pop in him.
He flattened him. And I'm looking at the down and distance. We're talking 3rd and 4 from the 43-yard line. Walker in the shotgun.
Got to be 4-down territory as well.
Warfield, the lone setback. Straight up the field to Warfield, and he has the first down.
Yeah, I know the stats aren't going to be eye-popping for Raquan Warfield, the junior, who continues to be a workhorse here tonight, but 4 yards, 3 yards, 6 yards, 1 yard, but he just continues to pound that ball straight up the middle. They run a lot between the tackles and between the guards, and it has not been easy going here tonight. Liberty's front has been really good, but Warfield continues to push forward.
And he's paid a price on a lot of those runs as well. Walker back to pass, throws right-handed, deflected, but still caught. You don't see that every day. And a good tackle by Kevin Poole on the completion to Isaiah Sprinkle.
I thought maybe Tristan West might come up with an interception here. Look, tips the ball, but it goes right to the receiver. West was there on the edge, and of course, at 6'3", again, so hard to throw over him. And Walker able to get the completion.
Owls back in the shotgun. Westminster in white, Liberty in purple. And again, Walker fakes the handoff, keeps it, and gets gang tackled off to the right side, right over there by the Westminster bench.
Number 56, Dominic Greco. It's going to bring up the Lions 3rd down.
Yeah, good team effort there by the Lions defense. See Greco. And they're going to make sure that goes nowhere. You always like to see all the helmets, right? All the helmets on the football.
3rd and 4. Walker has Warfield to his left. Hands off to Warfield, running to his right, slips and does not get the first down. So we are on 4th down and 4-down territory.
Got to pick up about 4.5. It looks like that first down sitting right at the 25-yard line.
Josh Wagner, the kicker for Westminster, is tremendous, but this is too much.
Clock playing a big factor here inside 6 minutes. And look, if you're the head coach, Chris Basler, you've got to worry that you may not get the ball back. So, of course, you go for it here.
And we get a timeout on the field as they want to get things reset. Make sure this is a big 4th down. We'll be back for the big 4th down after this.
On October 28th, come experience a brand new race. Featuring a scenic course through the boardwalk and Assateague Island. Run through our unique course and enjoy our post-race party, featuring Michelob Ultra, Hoop Tea, and Food Lion refreshments. Don't miss our one-of-a-kind oyster medal and high-quality runners premiums. Register now at ocrunfest.com.
Showdown.
Great to see that OC Run Fest ad. If you want to finish down the famous Ocean City, Maryland boardwalk, sign up now.
Been to the boardwalk a lot. Look, I don't know it's ever really been to run.
Maybe to walk, stroll, saunter.
It's another conversation. I think right here, 4th down, you got to have it in the hands of Kyrese Walker, your best player.
Shotgun for Walker. And he is going to run left side all the way, and he is going to get the first down on grit and toughness.
Straight up quarterback keeper. And Walker tonight already 2 rushing touchdowns. He's got both the touchdowns for the Owls. In that situation, as you're the offensive coordinator, Matt Cahill, 3rd year, you go, look, we need 4 yards on a 4th down play. You got to give it to your best player.
Yep, and they certainly did, and it paid off. Walker and Warfield. Pass to the slant on the inside, and it's handled. Great catch, but also a good tackle down onto the 2-yard line. Handled by number 9, Clayton Dorsey.
Yeah, Dorsey here is going to slip out of this tackle. Kind of easy pitch and catch coming back to the football. Dorsey doing a great job. The senior wide receiver's got 6 touchdown catches on the season. Big-time target for Kyrese Walker.
Little counter tray action, and it's in for a touchdown. Westminster now in the lead. And this game is everything we hoped it would be. Wow. 20-17 at present, extra point ensuing.
Yeah, the pitch and catch with Walker and Dorsey setting up this touchdown for Warfield straight up the gut. Just a physical runner. Raquan Warfield has been relentless and finally getting to cash in on the short touchdown run.
And a big extra point, as it's a 3-point differential right now. A flag for too many men on the field against Liberty, and it makes no sense to go for 2. Because if you make it, you're up by 4,
right?
Other than missing it.
Yeah, it just sets up that takes the field goal out of the conversation if Liberty does get a long drive here, but gets into field goal range. So a huge extra point.
And the extra points have been money so far tonight. Josh Wagner doing a great job for the Owls. Too many men is the call. Half the distance.
Westminster, number 16. Josh Wagner for
Snaps there, kick up, and good.
Yeah, what an unbelievable game book. That is the 5th lead change of this ball game. This has been back and forth quite literally. Warfield busted it up the middle, and all of a sudden Westminster back out in front.
And Westminster loves to block for Warfield and Walker. They really do. You can tell when that play's called, those big uglies on the inside take pride in blocking for their boys.
So 4 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. And can Chase Miller and this offense put together a nice long drive? Just enough time, too. You don't have to rush. You can mix pass and run. You don't feel like you have to try to stop the clock with that much time still left. But this is that possession, right? And you got to feel like you've got to do it on this possession.
And you do feel like you have to score a touchdown. Full go does them.
Yeah, you're not getting the ball back.
And again, they squib it. It's taken by Kern. Kern weaves his way to the 40. And that's where Chase Miller and the Liberty Lions will take over, down by 4 with 4:39 to go. You're exactly right, Brent. They have time to manage this, but this might be it.
See the squib kick. We've seen that all night. Good field position here. They're going to have to go 60 yards. Chase Miller tonight already 2 touchdowns. Had the touchdown toss back in the 2nd quarter. Ran one in earlier here in the 4th quarter. The 2-point conversion. Add the safety from the Lions defense. And Liberty putting up 17 against this team of Westminster. has been very impressive.
A full face mask on the tackle, so that's going to give Chase Miller even more room, the quarterback for the Liberty Lions.
What I said 60 yards, take 15 off that.
We talk about the squib kick. If I'm Westminster, I am not kicking the ball deep to West or Akinboye. So the squib kick is fine in my book. Here's Miller from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff and now gives to West. West gets a couple blocks and he's out of bounds.
Oh, late hit as well.
And a late hit, and he's down.
Hit out of bounds.
He was down there with his face in the mud.
With a flag on the field.
So a 10-yard completion, you're going to tack on more after the late hit. This possession off to a good start for the Lions.
And they're already inside the Westminster 30 after the foul. Personal foul.
Personal foul, face mask.
Face mask, late hit. My God.
I think that's the third personal foul face mask we have seen tonight.
Who knows,
You know, we talked about Kyrese Walker. You got to put it in the hands of your best player. That guy right there, 17 for Liberty. Maybe their best player on the outside. So smart to go to him on that first play.
Toss sweep to the right and not a lot of yards gained. Now, Brent, we talked about the time and the management. Now if you're Liberty, you don't want to score too quickly.
I think
you still want to score, though.
You're right. You don't want to score too quickly, but if on the next play you score, you're going to be happy with it, right? Yeah. You put it in the hands of that Lions defense.
Akinboye.
I've seen too often, by the way, where a team tries to control the clock and maybe not score too quickly, not give it back to the other team, and then a drive will stall. You got to keep the momentum. You got to put the gas down.
You can't take your foot off the gas. Miller rolling left, looking to pass. Slips, gains his footing again, and now throws back against the grain, and that is going to be picked off. Late pass back against the grain. And it's picked off by number 3 for Westminster, Rakeem Warfield. And Warfield could not be happier. That's a first real error we've seen from Miller.
It looked like he was trying to get it to Kevin Poole in the back of the end zone. And I will tell you, that is the hardest pass, not only across your body, but across the field. This pass has got to travel about 35, 40 yards. All the way back across. Poole fell down. Easy pick for Westminster and a big-time return and a chance now to run out the clock.
Rakeem Warfield.
I mean, just credit, Chase Miller was able to keep his balance to get away from a possible big loss on a sack and just trying to make something happen there. Just a tough throw.
Inside handoff. And Warfield stays in bounds, and Liberty will use a timeout to stop the clock. They still have a full 3:25 left, so it's practical. With stops, they can get the ball back.
Yeah, and again, if you're number 12, if you're Chase Miller, just made that turnover. It's the first turnover of the game by either team. You've got to recompose, right? Because you may get the ball back. You got to be getting prepared mentally to go out and possibly get that final drive. So Lions first have to make the stop, but Miller, the quarterback's got to be ready.
And for the Lions to make the stop, they know Westminster is going to run the ball.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, defensive coordinator Spencer Kieran for the Liberty Lions, they know they're not going to take chances here, right? But you better make the tackle on number 2. Because Walker's been special.
And there is the Liberty defense.
This Liberty defense, by the way, going into the year, they had 4 all-county players on defense, but 2 have been out. So they have been hit with injuries. Really, I think, shows just what a great job they've done tonight because they've had to deal with being down a little bit.
And great coaching.
Terrific coach.
Walker in the shotgun, Warfield to his left. And now we get a flag.
Might have been movement by the wide receiver here on the near side before the snap. And by the way, the wide receiver there is Isaiah Sprinkle. He's standing about 4 feet from the referee.
Yeah.
You're not getting away with that one. It is right in front of the guy with a whistle and a flag. By the way, you talked about being smart on defense. Their defensive coordinator, Spencer Kieran, was a scholar athlete who played right here at Liberty. So, yeah, the smarts are going to trickle down to the players when you got a smart guy as your DC.
So now it's back to 2nd and 10 with a full 3:25 on there. Walker in the shotgun. Warfield, the lone setback. Hand off to Warfield, and he will grind for exactly 2 yards. And a timeout again, taken by Liberty to stop the clock.
Now we've called out both Cox and Roebuck a bunch tonight, both converging there on a big tackle. Man, those two big guys on that Lions interior, just watch the way they converge. I've been really impressed with this Lions defensive front.
They have played their noses off. And that brings up 3rd and 9 with another timeout. But again, it's incumbent on the Liberty defense to get that stop.
You brought up a good point, Buck. Here you are with a 4-point lead late in the fourth quarter. You've got a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Do you pass the football? If you don't complete it, you stop the clock, and you're going to have to punt. Give it right back to the Lions with a chance to go down and win it. It's interesting to see what are they going to do here with this play. What is Matt Campbell, the OC, going to draw up?
Do you take a chance and throw a pass, or do you just guarantee you're going to take time off the clock and then punt it? Pre-snap motion. Walker keeps, jitterbugs, and does not get the first down, but close. It'll bring up a stoppage.
Well, I like the call from Matt Cahill there. You keep it in the hands, right, of your best player, Walker, who nearly got the first down. But I don't think you throw it here. You can't afford to stop the clock. Smart play. Walker nearly gets there.
Nearly gets it.
I think that's the only thing you could do in that situation, and now you're going to have to turn it over to the defense.
Do you punt it away?
I think you have to. You can't give Liberty the football here on that side of the field.
And Akinboye split out. You got Kevin Poole. You got Michael Martin. You too many skill guys on Liberty's squad. I'm sure they're just making sure, okay, let's get the snap clean. Let's get the kick away. No holding.
One of the decisions too, right? That's what the coaches are saying. All those things, right? No mental mistakes, no offsides. If you're the defense, don't jump here. And are we going to try to have a return set up, or in this case, are the Owls going to go for it? This is a risky play. They may look to draw.
This could be a no play. Be very interested to see if the defense can maintain their composure. Crowd getting into it.
Interesting.
Walker,
still in the shotgun as well.
In the shotgun, it doesn't look like he's going to snap it. It really doesn't. And there it is.
Yeah. You talked about a smart defense, right? We just highlighted the defensive coordinator, Spencer Kieran, and that is a smart play. That defense was not going to jump in that situation.
There was a lot of tension in the stadium right there. We'll be right back.
Tap into the sports market with Corrigan Sports Enterprises. CSE has put on hundreds of events throughout its history, and we possess the tools to give your company exposure in the sports industry. CSE has decades of experience helping great companies like Care First, Pandora, New Balance, and Toyota to put their best foot forward in the marketing space, as well as provide spectacular event management. Bring your dreams from conception to fruition at CorriganSports.com.
And Westminster in punt formation. They get the snap clean and the punter clean. Akinbuye goes back and it did not touch it.
That was really close.
That was very close. And
I mean, number 10 for Liberty. I'm waiting for an official to make the call, and actually they're huddling on the far side. He came really close.
And the Westminster guys are sitting there saying it's our ball.
Jonah Royer,
of course,
goes back. Let's take another look at this. Look how close it is. It's hard to see there.
He immediately goes to the I didn't touch it pose, which I would have also. There's the bounce. And I got to tell you what, if that didn't touch him, that's...
Well, I can tell you this.
They don't have instant replay, and it's going to be...
In slow motion, it looks like the ball takes a different bounce off of
they don't have instant replay.
Yeah. That was way too close for comfort.
Chase Miller on his own goal line. Going deep to Tristan West. He has him at the midfield. Chase Miller, how you like me now? Tristan West, hold your nose, because here goes the cold water. And we've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
What a play.
Talk about a
Find your big target. Find your best player on the outside. Heave it up there, and he just goes up and gets it.
I'll tell you what, Chase Miller, talk about chucking and ducking. They have no timeouts, but they have plenty of time with which to work.
Oh, the gunslingers put him in a great position here, Book.
This must be the OK Corral. Miller, shotgun, quick out pattern to Akinbuye. Akinbuye knocked out of bounds.
Stops the clock. Smart play, too. Right after you bust a long play, defense on their heels, right? They're going to protect against anything downfield, and what do? Go underneath. That's an easy pitch and catch.
And he's out of bounds. Clock stop with 2:45. He's going to send Michael Martin split wide to the left. And Westy comes to the bottom of your screen, split wide right. Trip receivers left. Looks like Kern in the backfield next to Miller. Shotgun. Throws towards the try side, and Poole cannot bring it in. He had single coverage with Tristan West here on the right.
Yeah, pass was just out in front of Poole. Yeah, how long do you wait to go back to that matchup? Again, when you got a 6'3" wide receiver like Tristan West, who is in single coverage, as you pointed out, Book, man, that is a quarterback. And now that's the matchup you're looking for.
He's got Tristan West at the top of your screen. See if they run a little bit. He's looking right the whole way, and they get the first down. What a catch by Martin.
Another smart play by Chase Miller. Yep. West on the far side, double covered. He had one underneath and one over top. You go near side, pick up the first down, move the chains. Again, 2:36, get out of bounds, clock stops.
We are watching Chase Miller come of age right now. I tell you what, you said he's not that experienced, the quarterback, but he's playing with some poise right now.
First-year player.
Miller handles the low slap, back to pass, deep down the left side to Tristan West, goes up for it, and it's incomplete. Into double coverage there.
He's incomplete. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Now, I know West has a size advantage, but that is a risky throw. And also give West a lot of credit, because at one point he slips and then gets his footing back, nearly makes the play.
He is a gift. 2nd and 10, 2:27 to go. Fourth quarter. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Akinbuye in motion. West now going for the post, and he's got him. That's a incomplete. Oh, Brent.
What a defensive play by Westminster on the back end of that. Number 3, Mason Ambrose, because this one is on the money. Beautiful ball. Wide open till the very last second.
Great punch in with his left hand. And now it's 3rd and 10 with 2:19 to go.
And now you're thinking about you got to move the chains, right? You got to keep this drive alive. Clearly 4 down territory the rest of the way.
Yep. They have no timeouts remaining. We know that. Miller shotgun. Clean, perfect snap, has some time. Throws near side. Caught inbounds. What a veteran play.
Yeah, the senior Michael Martin, great hands. Get into his body, and he makes sure that he's got the foot down. First down, move the chains.
Huge first down. Thanks for stating the obvious, Booker. Right. There you
know, look, he also gets 2 feet down. Look how smart he is to toe tap both feet.
And one of the coaches, flattens him. Back it up a little bit, Ace.
That's his own coach.
Yeah, I know.
His own team.
West split in slot receiver to the left. They go to the right. Akinbuye makes a man miss and gets out of bounds after a gain of 6. Akinbuye come into play.
It's been a great drive. This drive started deep in your own territory. You get the big hitter, 50-yard pass to West. Now they're just eating up clock, eating up yardage. Chase Miller doing an incredible job at quarterback here. Only a junior.
Miller from the shotgun, 2nd and 3. Clean snap, looking left. Pump fakes. Now goes to the end zone. And incomplete. And Miller.
Isaiah Sprinkle was there defensively. Boy, I just thought that play took too long to develop. He did the pump fake through the shoulder, and then the receiver took another couple seconds to turn it upfield. If you get that play out a little bit faster, I think he's wide open.
And now it's 3rd and 3.
And when it takes that long to develop it, it gives the defense a chance to react.
An acre of time left. It's 2:01 remaining. So
yeah, clock not an issue.
They can do a quarterback draw right here. Miller's proven he has the toughness. Because there it is. He needs the first down, and he's not going to get it on that one.
Oh, the Owls sniffed it out, didn't they?
Yep.
I thought it was a great call, but Jasir Donald, 6'7", 6 sacks on the season, and watch the way he stuffs this. He reads it. He gets into the backfield quickly, makes a tackle. Just a great job by Donald.
4th and, he lost a yard there, 4th and 5. Miller in the shotgun. Kern to his left.
Oh, bad snap.
Bad snap, but that gives him a little bit of time. He throws it up for grabs. And that is incomplete. Flag on the play.
Wow, we'll see what this is. By the way, it was Donald again who put the pressure on Miller before he was able to throw it.
And I thought that was defensive pass interference, but
it's going to go against Liberty.
And they'll decline that.
You know, 4th down, game on the line, not exactly the time you want to have a bad snap. And Miller did the best he could with it. He picked it up and got the throw off. Again, 4th down. You got to get the throw off, and he does. Nearly makes something happen with it. But, man, credit Jasir Donald there for getting in there and putting the pressure on Chase Miller.
And you can't say enough great things about Jasir Donald. You really, really can't. As far as, you measure an accomplishment by the size of an obstacle that someone had to overcome. Yeah. He has certainly overcome some obstacles.
Yeah, great young kid, having a great night tonight. He has been terrific for Westminster, that defense, and they come out with a big play when they needed it the most. 6-1 for them, season on the line. They got to close it out with 2 wins, and right now in the victory formation, this is a huge win against a rival in Liberty, and these games have always been close. Not surprised that it was a 4-point game.
A very tight battle all the way to the end. And one of the things I want to mention right now, just because I see a lot of sporting events, in a rivalry game like this, one of 2 things can happen. The defense can line up and just absolutely just drill the offense and say, we're still hitting you, and they're not. They're letting them snap the ball. They take the knee. They shake each other's hand.
Look at the guys
Class.
there, right?
That's a
handshakes
classy
and hugs to finish it out. And this was a hard-fought contest on both sides of the football. I'm impressed by both of these teams, and I have a feeling, too, Westminster still has a long way to go in this season. If they can clinch a couple of playoff home field games in that regional, you never know. They may end up getting all the way to the state semis.
Yeah, if they can pick up Tristan West off the waiver wire.
That would be nice. He would be a nice pickup late. How good was he in this game, not only throughout the game, but late in this ball game as well.
Our next broadcast, Wednesday, November 1st at UA Stadium, the house. The girls' flag football competition will have semifinals and finals. It is going to be a fantastic event. We cannot wait to see you on that one, a Wednesday broadcast.
What do they say? We must protect this house. It's going to be a great, fun time at the UA headquarters.
Some great highlights throughout this game. A nail-biter all the way. Some gritty performances. And, of course, then the safety that threw the score kind of off. And then, of course, the 95-yard scamper. For everyone on our production crew, including the great Ryan Corrigan, I'm Booker Corrigan for Brent Harris, reminding you, you only get one shot at today.